finally plus 16 times the sine of the angle whose cosine is negative 2/5, but that's going to be positive root 21/5. Do you mind if I don't finish? That's what I was worried about. I was worried about you guys generating that exact value. And I'm sorry, that's not really a calculus issue, but since you're so quiet today anyways, it just made me nervous. You look so worried.
You guys got so much over the next 3 days.
It's not over your head, is it? Really?
Oh my God.
It's not over.
It's just trigonometry. I said so little to this new. I want you to shake me up. Is there anything on there I need to clarify? Okay. So, do you want to talk the exam?
Sure.
I think the exam's a little long, but since you broke up 2 days, I think it's okay.
Is it written to be done in an hour each section or each part?
Maybe an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
I shouldn't say it. The second part of the exam should be fairly straightforward.
Okay.
I tried ways in the exam to cut corners. So if you have any applications, it might be the case that I've only asked you to set up some intervals.
Okay.
Now, I think you should treat the bulk of Thursday's exam on integration. Whether you look at the entire chapter, I think it's chapter 7, or you're looking at differential equations, or even if you're looking at improper intervals, which is still integration, or maybe even if you're looking at all the physical applications, or even volumes and solids of revolution, still integration. So integration techniques obviously is the emphasis on Thursday's exam.
A lot of the stuff that was on our last exam, like Simpson's rule and maybe the formal proofs of limits, are those going to show up?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think on Wednesday's exam, yes, you might really disagree with me. I just don't think there's much to do. I mean, what are you going to have on Wednesday's exam? Seriously, what are you going to have on Wednesday's exam? You're going to have serious. You're going to ask. I'm going to ask a question. Does a conversion diverge? And you just use a various different tests for conversions. Or I'm going to ask you to build a power series, maybe asking how accurate it is.
You do realize that we're studying 3 whole chapters that we learned in like a week.
Well, you know, we started this chapter well before the last exam.
Okay.
We really did. So it's been over 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which is 4 weeks.
I mean, would you at that rate advise against taking them at the same time or the same day? Given the length you were just talking about them?
It's not the length's the issue. I hate to see you get worn out.
Yeah.
That's my only issue. But if you really want to, I mean, I would.
How much longer would it be the 2 parts combined?
Well, that's the nice thing about this is that
Or like a typical final, you know, because they're usually split up.
We missed out on an entire day of review.
So I mean, how much longer would the 2 parts be?
it makes me nervous having 2 hours for the exam put together. And Randall, I'm stalling and answering your question because I think lately I've been teaching this class a lot. I don't know why. On a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So I always broke it up in 2 days.
Oh.
I shouldn't use
that's
that word
just
always.
A 31 thing. Entry final.
No, to be honest with you, every semester there's typically only one section that's offered Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And lately I haven't been teaching it. And so if you go back to my past finals, there might be some that say part 1, part 2 for that reason. Because I haven't split up lately. Because I'm teaching exams an hour and 20 minutes. It's just ridiculous. An hour and 15.
So if we say on Wednesday, if we finish finish the test, can we start part 2? Or say if we don't finish the test, can
Start
we?
it, you have to finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't take it back. And besides that, I mean, we're only in here, this room for 2 hours. Is there a class in here on Wednesday or not?
No. There's nothing after us for a while, I don't think.
On every day?
I think every day, yeah. I think I can check the...
But again, I can't prolong the exam because some of us work, some of us have class. So I've gotta be.
Oh, the next
universal.
class comes in at 6 o'clock at night.
That's right,
Yeah.
Ventrons.
So,
Ventrons.
so my question was, like, if we finish part one in an hour, can we start part two for the second hour and then come the next day and finish part two?
No, definitely not. Now, I can't have you start part two and then finish it the next day, because you've already seen it. That wouldn't be fair. I can't do that.
Or maybe like students that want to just get it out of the way right away, can maybe stay late.
I'd have to send it over to the testing center.
So that's just,
So let me know in advance, let me know tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not doing that, but.
So what will be the bulk of Monday's exam?
I think Wednesday's exam is just your test for conversions, and then dealing with a few issues in power series. And when I say few issues in power series, I mean this. Build a power series from scratch, using this recipe. If a function has a power series representation, you can express it as such. Or generate a power series by knowing what you know about an infinite geometric series. Remember all that business? Those are our two main approaches to building power series. I could also ask how accurate it is. I think there's some basic power series you should know, but you could regenerate them. I think you should know off the top of your head cosine, sines, and exponentials.
Would you get really good at error
I wouldn't say really good, but you'd definitely be able to use them. And would you use that error formula if it were an alternating series? No, just use the alternating series estimation theorem. Don't take that the wrong way. You can still use the power series error formula. I'm just saying you don't have to. Because it's synonymous to using the first unused term in an alternating series if the series is alternating. Gosh, I can't think of anything else in terms of
Would you say that
Wednesday's exam.
the first part of the exam, the one on new material, that the smaller portion would be the chapter 10 stuff and the bigger portion would be the 8 and 9?
Emphatically.
Okay.
I covered chapter 10 today and a little bit tomorrow. Do not think of that as a major component of the exam.
Okay. So like
Definitely not.
2 or 3 questions maybe, or?
I hope not as many as 3.
No,
I don't think
it's
so.
just 3, okay.
No.
Alright.
Sorry, is anything from Wednesday gonna be on Thursday's test? Like, so you're.
Oh, overlapping. No,
Yeah.
no, I completely sectioned it off. So think of Wednesday's exam only going up to the material since the third exam. And Thursday's exams only the material in the first 3 exams. There is no overlap at all.
Okay.
I think each exam probably covers maybe, I don't know, 6 questions. Not much because I expected this to be a one day. You know, when I wrote up the solutions, I found Wednesdays just a little bit more time consuming than Thursdays. Although I think they're the same number of points. I think they're both 75 points.
Is there gonna be extra credit?
Might be 80-70.
Extra credit would be nice.
Extra credit? Extra credit?
You just write one on the board.
Maybe
You just
one
pick
extra
one
credit
up.
on each of them would be even
Oh,
better.
that'd be awesome. You know only like 1 or 2 of them anyways.
And you always
Yeah,
come
I know.
You always come up with such creative, interesting extra credit.
Well, all right, if you're going to put it that, you're going to compliment me.
Yeah. It just wouldn't be the same.
Well, don't you always give extra credit because if you take the math exam, you know.
I know.
And you don't have one in the summer. So
That's
only
that's
fair.
true. That's true. But I've already done that on 1-2 exams. haven't I?
Oh, have you?
But like Sean says, like only 1 or 2 of you got points from them. So.
Yeah.
Or you just give us extra credit.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna still post that take-home quiz? That was for last weekend?
Yes.
And are we gonna have a quiz tomorrow too, or no?
Okay, can you turn it tomorrow?
Are we gonna have a quiz as well tomorrow?
I don't know. Do you want one?
In class?
Yes, sure, might as well.
Well, no, we definitely have time. Tomorrow's discussion is very short.